There's a ton of people out there with opinions about what gun you should get first and what's the best gun and the best caliber. But I'm here to tell you, as a first time gun buyer, you should probably not listen to them and buy whatever the hell you want. So if you're like me, you want it for a variety of reasons. I wanted to get a gun, first and foremost, just to have one, because they're kind of fun to shoot. Secondly, I wanted something for home defense. In the event that somebody breaks into my house, I want to be able to shoot them. So I looked at a lot of different guns, I read a lot of different opinions about them, and I settled on this. It's a Glock 19, it's the Generation 4, and it's a 9mm. As I was reading, a lot of people said, oh, a 9mm, it's like a BB gun. That's not going to stop anybody. And that's bullshit. I've never met anybody that's either shot somebody with a 9mm or been shot by a 9mm that says it's like getting shot by a BB gun. It's ridiculous to even say that, considering law enforcement uses 9mm. And regardless, the most important thing about it is being comfortable with the weapon and being able to hit what you're aiming at with the weapon. And if you buy a higher caliber, it's more expensive to shoot, it might not be as fun to shoot, and when the time comes, you can have the most powerful handgun in the world, but if you can't hit what you're aiming at, it doesn't matter. It's not going to do any good. So I chose 9mm. I think it was the right choice for me. Might not be the right choice for you, but I can afford to shoot it as much as I want. I feel comfortable with the gun. I can hit what I'm aiming at, and I guarantee it's not going to feel good getting shot by it. Another thing to consider is whether or not you want a revolver or an automatic. I chose an automatic because I think they look cooler. A lot of people are going to say, oh, you shouldn't choose a gun based on the way it looks. BS, I want to choose a gun that I think looks cool because I want to be able to take it out and shoot it and look forward to it rather than just choosing a gun purely from the mechanical function of it. I think Glock has proven itself as reliable time and time again. It holds more rounds than a revolver. Revolvers are cool. If you like revolvers, that's great. I didn't buy one. So I like what I bought. Another thing I would recommend are these things called snap caps, and they're basically like fake rounds, essentially. You can load them up and just practice kind of loading the magazines, work the slide mechanism. You can chamber them and pull the trigger, and nothing shoots out because it's fake. And it's also nice because it kind of protects the hammer. It makes it more like shooting a regular round rather than dry firing with your firing pin. So I like those. It lets you play with the gun, load up the magazine, practice reloading, unloading, pulling the trigger, sighting, all of that you can do at home comfortably without live rounds, which is always a good idea. When it comes to brand, that's really going to come down to your budget and what you feel comfortable spending on a gun. I decided to go with Glock. I think it's been proven as a reliable firearm. I think they look cool. They're in a lot of movies, TV shows. Like I said, law enforcement uses them quite a bit. There's a lot of really nice guns out there. I wouldn't recommend going on the cheaper side of things. You could buy handguns for like $100, $200, but what you're buying probably isn't going to hold up and function as nicely as a quality gun. I'd recommend spending a little bit of money, getting something that's going to last, that's going to be nice, that you're going to enjoy shooting. And again, don't get too hung up on the decision because it's probably not the last gun you're ever going to buy. You're going to buy multiple guns. Everybody I've talked to who is really into guns, they own a whole collection of them. So for them to stand there and tell you, oh, this is the gun to get versus not the gun to get, it's like, if there was one gun that everybody should get, then why do they have so many? I'd recommend just going into the gun store, talking to the salesman there. They're generally really nice and helpful, explaining kind of what you're looking for. There's a lot of different sizes and styles of guns. It's good to hold them in your hand and see what feels comfortable as far as the size of the grip, and eventually pick out the one that works for you, because the most important thing is that you use it and you're comfortable with it, not so much the caliber or anything like that, especially for your first gun. Just get something you're comfortable with, that you look forward to going to the range and shooting, and you'll be in great shape.